So for me, if I head south down Harlem, and then I make a quick right on Montrose, about 10 minutes from my favorite Hooters, is the place that Coach Mroz calls home, Ridgewood High School. I student taught there. I brought in the head boys basketball coach, closest to my favorite Hooters, Chris Mroz. Um, Let me say why I brought in Chris. I have not brought in a lot of coaches, but why I brought in Chris. Number one, he plays man defense. So it don't matter. You better be able to fucking guard if you're in Norridge or Harwood Heights. Second, um, I've never heard a negative thing said about this guy from a child. He, Children love him and they keep long standing relationships with him after they're gone. And I'm like, I'm bringing the St. Pat's legend in. So here we are. We got Chris
Appreciate that.
Mraz. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, everybody. I appreciate you bringing me on. Um, I've been watching some of the videos, and you had Coach Heitkamp and Coach Levantino and um, Tommy on there, right? That was a great one. It was
Yeah,
great to hear those guys talk. And what you're doing is a great thing. And like, I think you said it the other day, you were like, I think kids need to know about history of the
for
sport and like, like just going to games and like, okay, who played at the school before? Like, who are the guys there before you? Um, and I think that's a thing that's taught, and you're doing a great job with it. And I think it's so cool. And I'm sure we'll get into some stories here in a few minutes, but like, I think it's awesome that you're doing this.
well, I'm gonna give you a funny story on why. Bro, I'm working at King and the kids did not talk to Amari Sawyer. Bro, like they were, they'd walk around cocky and shit. I'm like, bro, like chill out. You guys are at a 2A school. Chill out. And they, they'd walk around all cocky. And I would say to them, have you all talked to Amari Sawyer or Marlo Finner for that matter? Who was in the building? No. I'm like, what do you mean? No. No.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's like top three point guards ever to lace them up in Chicago. And that
Mm,
that and that was like one of my motivations. And one more, you're gonna laugh. I'm talking to Josh Anderson from Lincoln Park,
mm-hmm.
and this was after I brought Jonah down to Champaign. I said, "Hey, bro, do your Lions know that your dad's number is retired down at State Farm?" He's like, "No, not at all." I'm like, "Bro, like, not on you, but that's a problem, with these kids. They need to learn. I'm so
Yeah,
adamant on it, Chris."
for sure. For sure.
No.
It's a great thing. And, even as a coach, you like want to reminisce and like think back to like as a kid and like you want to share those stories with your players and stuff like that. And hopefully some of my players will actually watch this. Hopefully they'll listen because we don't always go over that, but like I would like to talk about it sometimes. Sometimes you get so caught up in open gyms practice, it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
I think I'm gonna call the IHSA and tell them that they have to have every coach has to spend 5 minutes a day just doing a basketball history lesson or football or baseball, whatever their sport is.
For
Uh,
sure.
I think it would change everything. People think I'm nuts. I think kids would play with more passion and pride.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I think we're at a stage right now, like overall, we're just kind of there used to be like a pride factor, like, hey,
Yeah.
I went here and like that was my school. Like I wanted to carry the tradition and for the people before you and like I don't know if it's I don't know if it's lost or whatever, but I remember it as a player, that's for sure. Like,
Man, I went to East. I went to Maine East, and sure as shit, we would fight the Notre Dame kids all the time. And again, I didn't say we would fight some kids. We fought the Notre Dame kids. And the Notre Dame kids fought the Maine East kids, right? Because we all had school pride.
for sure,
I
for
mean,
sure, for sure. It's yeah, I definitely St. Pat's, Notre Dame, the
right?
Battle of Belmont, Holy Cross. Not they're not around anymore, but you know, we had a few battles like St. Pat's with Loyola too. Like when I was in high school,
Oh, man.
um, some great some great stories. Just a lot of good memories, a lot of good memories. And at the end of the day, like after you get done playing, and like if you could like play to your capability and play as hard as you can, I think no matter what happens, like within the teams or whatever, like
Yeah.
they end up respecting you in the long run, right? There's so many guys that I've ran into, like we talk about it, we like laugh about it now, and it was like it's great to talk. It is definitely great to talk.
Bro, I tell people all day, someone will occasionally say to me, bro, do you get bored doing your pods? And I'm like, no, man, my wife doesn't talk to me. So like, I get to sit with these dudes and chop it up over,
Yeah, that's awesome.
over hoops. So let's get into Chris Mroz. Um, how did you become a Hall of Fame player at St. Pat's? Tell me the stories.
I spent a lot of time in the gym. I was blessed. My parents, right, did a wonderful job of like letting me go to the gym.
Did you grow up on the north
I,
side?
I grew up on Laramie and Fullerton, which was
Okay.
a block away from Weber.
Yeah,
And I'll give like the brief story of like how that
Weber
turned
High
out.
School. Kids don't
Yeah.
know about that.
So I used to walk to Weber High School as like a sixth grader, right? I'd walk over there and I'd start playing. And Coach Bonk, who's now on Bennett's staff, right?
Mhm.
Uh, he would allow me to be in the gym and I'd stay there all day. And then next thing you know, my parents would come pick me up or my grandfather or whatever. Um, Long story short, Weber eventually closed. And then my parents ended up moving. And then I went to a place called St. Celestine. And that's when it's in Elmwood Park.
Okay.
But I lived in Chicago, and then I ended up going to my first camp at St. Pat's. And the coaches that were at St. Pat's, I'll give you a little short list: Coach Bailey,
Yep.
Coach Highcamp,
Oh,
Coach Trendle,
oh.
Coach Ashlaw. Um,
Ashlaw, like from Waukegan?
yeah, he was there at one point. Coach Taft was there at one point. Um, there was just and like I ended up being like my closest friend was Anthony Maniscalco, and
Yep.
obviously Sammy had a great career, but Jack, Anthony, and then you had Mr. Maniscalco, who's like, you talk about Chicago basketball, he knows everybody, and all those guys would be at practice with Coach Bailey, right? And like when we were practicing, like it was full on coaching, full on. Like
Okay.
it was definitely like a Division One. The talent of those guys are just amazing. Um, and I hope I'm not missing anybody, but though, you know, we come. You know how you like go off to a huddle, like my, Coach Highcamp would be the guy running one side. You got Coach Bailey, Coach Trendle. I was blessed to
That's
have these guys. You know what I mean? Looking back on it, it's like they're amazing coaches, and they were like amazing people, and like they knew how to motivate every single day, no matter if you like didn't want to be there. Like they knew, and like they taught it like a great way, and I'm sure they were taught that way. But like it put a chip on your shoulder. I loved it. I loved it.
I tell everyone there's nothing like the Chicago Catholic League.
Yep.
I mean, I'll I'll stand on this and people can quote me. I think it's one of, if not the toughest conference in the country.
Yeah. Now that it's combined now, right? Yeah.
One more year.
One more year.
I
Huh.
think, yeah, no
It's
more
gonna
East
be.
Suburban.
I I I like told a few people this. Like I think can they? You think they could do like a conference tournament at Allstate and sell out?
I wouldn't say sell out, but do okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's loaded. Oh, top to bottom. Like all those teams are, they got really good coaches, really good players. You know, they got something really good going on, and
right.
that was a really nice move.
Like I would have to, if I'm in the Catholic League, I have to scout against Tom Livatino, Tommy Kleinschmidt, Hyde Camp, right? Matt Monroe.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean?
There's so
Like,
many more too. Coach
right?
Bailey, right?
Yeah, I
Coach
mean, you have
Bailey,
Bailey. I mean, you can go down the list and
St. Lawrence, right?
Marist. And
Maris is supposed to be in the top five, right?
yeah, and you just, man,
There's no easy game.
no, not
Like you kind of
nothing.
feel for like the like I don't want to call them bottom teams, but if you how do you like you're trying to start out a program, right? Yeah, like it's got to be extremely tough to get it going.
I wouldn't want to, and no offense, but I wouldn't want to be at D sales.
It's
I would
tough.
not want to be at D sales. That would be tough. Leo would be cool. You know, you got the South Side, you recruit between you and Rita. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't. Man, that Catholic. I mean, how the fuck do you game plan for greatness every night?
Yeah, it's
Pray.
tough.
You pray.
Yeah, it's a load. We found out that the Paul and Pats are moving up to 4A, right?
Yes.
And like we're we're like it's like a relief almost like man maybe we might have a chance maybe, you know what I mean. I'm not knocking any of the other teams that are in our sectional, but I think the Paul's won what
100%, man.
have they won 4 in a row or 3 in a row?
3 in a row.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's
mean,
tough.
just to get down there once is unreal.
Yeah,
And Tommy does it year in, year out. And I was telling someone the other day, I don't give a shit that he moved up. He's gonna pull that shit off because
yeah,
he out coaches people. And his preparation is amazing.
yeah. They instill it in their players. It's like a reflection of them. They're tough. It starts with their toughness. They're tough. Like they put the persona on in the interview, right? But if you know how competitive they are, and that's what makes them so great, I think. They're all very, very competitive and they're friends, but they wanna win.
Which they should, right? Like
Yeah,
if I'm coaching against you, I don't want you to win,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
and we're gonna shake hands and we're gonna talk shit to each other
For sure.
because that's part of the fraternity.
For sure.
So I want to talk about your high school career at Pass because you ended up at Bradley.
Hmm.
Um, Tell me about it.
It was awesome. I was blessed to play with a lot of good players.
Give me some names.
Anthony Scala, he played at Lewis.
Yep.
He runs a big dealership now. We had guys like Chris Hartman, David Rivera, who transferred from Weber. Weber closed. That was probably the one that like put us over the top. Um, Anthony Maniscalco, Mike Sikowski, Ryan Joyce. You know,
Ryan Joyce.
we went 25-5 my
Who were
junior
the five
year.
losses against?
We lost on a half court shot after to Elk Grove the day after we played Vire in a conference championship type game. We lose on a half court shot. We lost to Marion Catholic at Marion. Loyola with Collin Falls.
Oh
We
God, he was
played we played Loyola. Here, I'll tell you that story. So we played Loyola at the Gentile Center, and we got worked. They beat the living, you know what, out of us. We beat it by 30.
Tell
So
tell everyone where the Gentile. I know where it is, but
it's the old Loyola University. I'm not. What is it called now?
isn't it? It's still the Gentile
It's
Center.
yeah, yeah. So we go and play, and there's only a few games left, and then the sectional we played Notre Dame. Oh, I'm sorry, we played Notre Dame in the regional with John Bowler. That
Okay.
was the third time that we played them in a season. We were lucky enough to beat them all three times.
Love
And then we
hearing these names.
then we played York with McSwine. I think that's his last. He was a good ball player. And then we played the rematch against Loyola at Leiden. Um, it was nuts, and we ended up winning a very close game. We bounced back from getting blown out by 30, and we bounced back to beat them in the sectional final. And then
Uh, who was the coach at Leiden? Was it Kenny Davis?
yes, yeah. And then we played in the super sectional. Back then it was only two classes. Lyons Township with Jim Maley and Cortez Forte. They beat Shannon Brown, D Brown, and Proviso East. And now we're playing in the super sectional, and St. Pat's has never went downstate, right? At that point, they did this past year, which is awesome. We up six with 2 minutes to go in overtime. We lose. We lose the game. We lose the game. Probably the toughest and craziest turn of events. But looking back on it, it was awesome, and it was amazing. I was on the same AAU team with Jim. Do you know Jim?
Jim Maley.
Yeah.
I know that he got completely FUCKED at Kenwood.
Yep.
I know that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's a good guy. He does his
Yeah.
like Maley way or something.
Yeah. He's doing a lot of inspiration things with like mental health and stuff.
It's good.
I think he scored like 25 points against NC State as a freshman. I mean, at Northwestern.
Wasn't his dad a coach too?
Yeah. At St. Joe's, I think, when it
Oh,
went co-ed.
really?
Yeah.
Ping.
Yeah. And then I ended up going to Bradley, and then I played with guys like Marcello Robinson, Philip Gilbert he's down in East St. Louis, but in Madison. And then I played with a guy by the name of Danny Granger, who made it to the NBA. And you would have never, and when you're at that level, you're like, everyone's good. And you're like, you don't think that someone's going to go. And then next thing you know, they transfer. And then next thing you know, goes to New Mexico, make the tournament. And then boom, he's in the NBA. And I remember in college, like, we would just help each other out. He'd let me drive his car. I think one time I drove his car in a Burger King, and like, you know how you go through the drive-through, the car stalls.
Yes.
So he comes running. The line is like around like a 2 mile line because there's nowhere to eat. He comes and helps like kick start the car, and kind of crazy story that I'm driving this guy's car and this guy's in the NBA. You know, looking back on it, but it was a great time. I had a blast.
Um, how'd you know Bradley was going to be your choice?
Well, there was like a connection with like Coach Biancalana. He was the assistant there, and then when I got there, Coach Les was from Notre Dame.
Look at these
Um,
names,
so I
man.
went, I went as a preferred walk on, right? So I go there, and I get there right in June, and you got to work your way up, right? I ended up starting as 3 games as a freshman, and then I played a lot, a lot of good experience, and just grinded it out. I'm not saying that I was a star. I tried to like get the most out of what I had. I'm not, and I think like every player, that should be their goal. If you're 6'6", how can I be the most? What can I do to be the best 6'6" guy that I can be, or 5'10" or 5'11" or 6'11", whatever it may be. You want to be the best version of yourself.
Yep.
Um, but it was competitive. It was tough. We had grown. It's not. It's different now. It's definitely different. Those seniors, they were like men, and they were like they were ferocious, ferocious. I think my freshman year, three teams made the NCAA tournament for the Missouri Valley. Creighton, Southern, and Wichita all made the tournament. You know, I have a video of me guarding Kyle Korver somewhere. That was,
You should have had Cal Corver guard you because he didn't play defense.
I don't even think I was on the scouting report.
He was
Yeah.
awesome. So when you were at Bradley, do you remember what like a daily schedule was?
Oh yeah.
What was a non-game day daily schedule?
Non-game day.
Yeah.
Non-game day. Study hall. That's for sure. Out in the off season, it was like 6 a.m. conditioning class from 8 to 12. Then weightlifting at 1. Individuals from like 2 to 2:30. Then we go play from 2:30 to 4. Then you had to do max 12 hours of study hall a week. It was crazy. I don't know if they can do. I don't know if they can do that anymore.
What was like break it down for me during the season. I wake
During
up,
the season,
yeah, I wake up at 5 a.m. and then what?
yeah, you wake up probably like 6:30. Uh, you go to class from like 8 to 12. I think our window, from what I remember, was like 2 to 5
Mhm.
practice window, and then you would get a lift in. Then you would go to study hall, like get something quick to eat, and then you'd have to be in study hall. The older guys didn't have to go as many hours. I think if you were a freshman or sophomore, you had to do like 10 to 12 hours. I'll be honest, my grades were never the best. I was like an average student, and then the other guys were a little bit better student, but it was a long day. You go 6 to 10. I'm sure it's very similar now, like where from what I heard, they're practicing now in the preseason, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's different. That's definitely different. You know, my close buddy is Pat Monahan. He's at
Mhm.
Nebraska with Hoiberg, and he was telling me like they're in there practicing like before the season. So that's definitely different. I don't know if it's a good thing. Do you think it's a good thing?
I think that any way you can get a really good ROI, I agree with,
Yeah,
especially
I
with
think it's
all the
yeah.
money
They
now.
they only have yeah they only have a certain amount of time with the players now.
Yep.
Back then it was like, okay, you're there for 4 years, you got to work your way up.
Yep.
Like transferring was not really a thing.
No,
It wasn't.
because we had grit and communication skills. And when it got tough, we would call our father, and our father would say, "Man the fuck up,
Yeah,
go outwork somebody."
for sure, for
Uh,
sure.
Nowadays, it's okay. Well, let me call your AAU coach and see if he has any connections, and we'll look into the portal.
Definitely. Yep.
Ugh, ugh,
Yeah.
ugh. Um, where were you before you were a head coach at Ridgewood?
I was an assistant at St. Pat's,
Uh,
working with Coach Bailey for a year. Yeah.
oh, and
Good
then
with
what? Left?
yeah. Then the gym was built at Ridgewood, and
Excuse me.
Coach Woods.
Excuse me.
Uh,
Um,
that was a good experience.
I stood and taught at Ridgewood
What
Underwood,
what year was that?
2000 spring 2006. I'll give you a few stories. One, Scott Shaw, I think, is he still at
You
Ridgewood?
still there?
You can show him this too. Every morning he would show up and he'd go into that member of the PE office in the old gym. He'd go in there, he'd walk in, say some shit, and then go stink up that toilet. And then while he was stinking up the toilet, he'd be like, "Oh, the coffee, the coffee." Chris, every day. It was like fucking clockwork. Next, my first day with Woods. Woods hands me his laptop and says, "All right, I'll see you later." I didn't see Pat for 2 months. Greatest thing ever that happened to me. Um,
Who
and
was the do you remember who the principal was then?
well, my cousin was the principal for years, Harold London.
Okay.
He was principal for years, and then he left right before I stood and taught. Kevin O'Mara,
Yeah.
he was the principal, and it was a woman was his assistant principal. And I think is she the principal now?
Dr. Kelsaw?
I don't know her name.
I think it might be. Yeah, it might be. I didn't know those people, but I think it's Dr. Kelsaw. No,
And the AD was Pat Ryan,
I
who,
heard his name. Yeah,
yep.
never met him.
The soccer coach,
Coach St. John.
Saint Rob St. John.
Yeah,
Oh, I still remember
he's our
that,
athletic
man.
director. Yeah.
Still remember, man. That was 2006. Um, and then the baseball coach was Paul Furking, a
Who?
legend, a legend
Yeah.
himself. And then
Hopefully, prayers up for him. He's not. I don't think he's doing so well right now. He's been in the hospital, so hopefully he's doing okay. His
bro,
son
I
is
think he's
roughing
been a ref forever.
a long time. Long time.
Who was his assistant and now is the coach?
Vince Finelli.
Boom.
Vince. Yeah. So Vince is our football and baseball coach.
Okay.
Um, yeah. You you did it before. Like when you were doing the student teaching in gym, there was only one gym or in the back.
The new gym, the field house was a pipe dream. And I remember Woods was always looking at the drawings of it and saying
Yeah.
how cool it would be.
Yeah.
And boom, that thing's awesome.
2010. I think that's when it was built.
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I think it was my first year.
Yeah, you're right.
My
Because
first year, I was an assistant with Woods, and like I remember the first game in there, it was like there was no bleachers, and we were rushing to get we wanted to get the kids at least one game in there, and we ended up putting chairs, and I think we played Morton or something or Oak Park. It was. I remember that. That's crazy.
man, you know what I love about Ridgewood? I love how it's such a like everyone knows everybody. Like when
Yeah,
I was student teaching, that was one thing I took away. I grew up in Glenview, so I never, I knew of Harwood Heights and Norridge because my mom would take me to the hip.
yeah,
Um, when I was there, like parents I would talk to, they went to Ridgewood,
yeah,
right? And like their parents went to Ridgewood. And I love that culture and that pride stuff.
yeah,
Like I always dreamt, don't tell my wife, but I've always dreamt of like living in like a small town where Friday nights they close because they all go to the football game.
yeah.
I love that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We only have 900 kids. I don't know what do you remember what it was? It might have been smaller back then.
It was smaller.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have done extensive renovations since I was roaming those halls of Ridgewood community. Um, trying to think who Eileen McGing was a
I
PE teacher.
met her a few times. Yeah,
Uh, Karen
was
Lam.
that who they were your supervisors or what?
Yeah, so yeah, you know what? For the content, we're gonna talk about it. So McGee and Lamiat, which is totally cool. They live together. Total, I don't care what you do. But whenever they would have issues at home, they would bring it. So
Man.
like, bro, I'm like a 26-year-old dude, right? And like
Oh,
they wouldn't talk to each other, right? And
yeah.
like you knew when there were problems at home.
Oh man.
Yeah. And
And it made it like you could drop a pin, right?
oh my God. And then like it was crazy. Then like a few periods later, you would see them having like the most intense badminton matches against each other. Like, it was so weird. Like they would hate each other, and then they would be absolutely just. I here. How about this? Up until then, and since then, I've never seen people play badminton like that.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I had Shaw. He was a character. Woods
Was Coach Zach there?
who?
Was Coach Zach there?
I don't remember that. There was a one. There were. It was three women. I forgot the young woman's name. I felt bad for her too because she had to share an office.
Yeah.
But and then there was Shaw and the great one, Pat Woods.
Pat Woods.
Yeah, man, I remember
I
when he
don't
got
I
engaged.
don't think he has much left. I think he's almost done and retired.
I I think, and I know he watches these. He doesn't know I know, but I know he does. I think he's gonna try to get back into coaching.
Okay.
I
Good.
think, yeah, right. Like that's a
Yeah, he
basketball
should.
mind, man.
He should.
I
He's a
mean,
good coach.
he's a great coach,
He
and
I heard his son is a pretty good player. That's what the
uh,
word on the
yeah,
street.
yeah, he's pretty good. He's like a 6'3", 6'4", maybe. Can shoot it a little bit. Goes to Lions. Um, Looks just like his dad.
It's amazing.
Yeah, like weird that it's like talking to little Pat Woods. And I want to ask Nate, did you have a commercial with Michael Jordan too?
That's funny. That's funny. You know who else had a commercial with Jordan?
Oh,
If you have him on, and I don't know if you know, Pat Monahan did too.
oh, really?
Yeah. So if you ever have him on, those two guys, I know for a fact that those are the only two guys I know that,
That's it.
the Gatorade commercial or whatever it was.
Woods says that he lost his amateur status because of that commercial.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay, but
I remember actually when Woods used to play in the gym too. He used to play.
I
He could shoot it.
I bet, man. I bet he was a hell of a player.
Yeah,
Big, can shoot, high IQ. Um, yeah, man. I don't know what he thinks that I think of him, but I love the guy. I think he is a phenomenal basketball mind in the state of Illinois. And I would pick his brain any day of the week.
for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
How many can I ask you how many games do you think you'll get to like in the winter time? Like different
Bro,
high school?
bro, are you ready for what my son and I are doing?
Yeah, it's got to be amazing to be honest.
Are you ready? This is gonna
Yeah.
be so little man and I have hot dog costumes. Okay. We are going to games and we are interviewing the winning team together after the win in our hot dog costumes with a mic, and then we give out the wiener of the game. And the MVP gets a free hot dog from the concession stand. And I think it's going to go absolutely viral.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Again, dude, just someone needs to build some, excitement around Illinois hoops. The history is remarkable. Um, Maybe New York, but that's about it that I could think that has the tradition.
Yeah,
Chicago
definitely.
hoops. And just like the names you dropped, right? Like, bro, Monahan. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. A
Or
Pat Woods.
do you remember like the Thursday night? There'd be the like Bob Sakamoto,
Yes.
right? They'd be on TV and like you kind of like they'd give their thoughts on like the games of the week and maybe have like a special guest. I don't I don't know if we do that anymore.
We don't, and the people that were on TV were so boring. Trust me, it's in the target, it's in the bullseye
Yeah.
right now. Um, Someone needs to, well, I will be celebrating the Chicago Public League and Illinois hoops because here, like today, I posted a post about John Mills, who went to North Lawndale. Kids don't know about him. He was shot and killed 2016. They don't know he was averaging like 20 plus rebounds a game. Bro.
From what I remember, he was a lefty, right?
Yep.
Was he a lefty?
I'm pretty confident. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember seeing him play. He's a
bro.
pretty good player.
20 plus rebounds a game.
Yeah,
I'm in. I'm in. I'm not even going to criticize a kid that puts in that work.
yeah,
Shit. You want to turn the ball over? I don't give a shit. I'm fine with it. You're collecting 20 plus boards a game.
yeah,
Oh, like him, AJ Ramza went to Whitney Young. It's another kid no one talks about,
yeah,
right? Remember Derek Randolph,
yeah,
the guard with all the shit. Another kid no
yeah.
one talks about. So,
Amari Sawyer, right?
bro, I mean, I told you the kids didn't even
Yeah,
talk to him.
I remember that.
Dude, he is top three. You have Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas, Amari Sawyer.
Do you remember when when he committed to DePaul, right?
Yep.
There was like a vibe or like okay, DePaul is about to be really good right now,
Well,
and then
they just had Q and Lance
yeah,
Williams.
and it was like there was that like thing like okay, DePaul's about to be big, and they ended up having some good years, but like hopefully he can get back. I know Brandon, Coach Bailey's kid, and um, there's a few other coaches over there. I'm sure they're going to try to get it back to that. But it was man, he was tough. He was tough.
So this is what I struggle with UIC and DePaul. And I can be wrong. I'm just me. Bro, if I'm recruiting kids and I bring you into Chicago, how the fuck am I losing you? You know what I mean? Greatest restaurants, unbelievable nightlife, always something to do. Again, unbelievable restaurants,
Yeah,
uh, celebrities, sporting events. Like,
it's a great area like to be
I,
around. Yeah,
I
it's
just, it's mind-boggling to me. And it's obviously not the coaches because it's always been difficult since Pat Kennedy paid that bag for Quentin Richardson and them. But yeah, like I was saying that to the UI, I was saying it to Kevin Devitt at UIC. I'm like, bro, I'm standing on freaking Roosevelt looking up at the skyscrapers. Like, you guys need to figure this out because I mean, you're in one of the greatest cities in the world, not
yeah.
just the country. It's just so mind-boggling to me that we just can't bring in, you
I
know,
think it's like a city. Like if you win too,
oh man,
the key to the city is yours, right?
oh, they just have to get to the tournament. Go like look at Moser. He was God
Yeah,
after that run when Krutwig was a
yeah,
freshman, right?
yeah.
I don't know. I wonder, like, man,
I would say the one thing that we probably don't, where it's like, I guess like college town, right? And
huh?
pro town, right? We're probably a pro town.
Yep,
Like if you go to a college game, like the students are like, uh, I don't know. I'll use Duke as I shouldn't probably use
they're
Duke.
fanatics. They're crazy.
Yeah, they're like waiting for the game, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if we have like a different type of crowd. I think like in Chicago.
I think, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I think those schools need to do a better job marketing to high school coaches, and
Yeah,
like there should be Catholic League night. And all the elementary Catholic League schools and high schools in the state are invited, right? They
yeah,
get a free hot dog. And, like St. Ignatius kids should be religiously at UIC games because I can walk there.
yeah,
I don't know, man. I just think connecting with the youth, that bridge will create the success you're looking for because, I mean, every kid's looking for the next thing to like get behind.
for sure, for sure.
I don't know. I was at UIC today briefly, and I was just looking at the skyscrapers. Like, I'd go here. Like,
Yeah,
I'd go here.
yeah.
I'd live in the West
I
Loop.
did the same thing when I went to the Paul coaches clinic. I just kind of like looked around. I kind of walked. I sat down and I was just like people. I don't know if were you people watching too? Yeah, and just kind of like looking at the kid, like just like okay, this is cool. I can
Right?
see, if I had a son, like this would be a cool place to be.
I do that. When I was at Champagne the other day, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Oh, Brad Underwood's kicking that kid's ass. Yep. Yep. I'm in. I'm
How
in.
many how many college practices have you went to, or did you just go down to see Illinois? This
Champagne, UIC, Northwestern. Um, you know, so I don't know if you've heard on the other pods. I'm different, bro. I was at Bulls practice with Jason Tucker, and we're friends. He's my guy. And I had a coming to Jesus moment. So I'm at Bulls practice, and I don't give a shit that they're undefeated. They looked awful at practice. So I'm sitting there, and Tucker and his assistant are like tuned in to the scrimmage, right? And it's a scrimmage with pro guys. So, and no superstars. So I start talking, and they're both like, shh. And I'm like, what? And they're like, dude, we're trying to watch. And for me, that moment showed me exactly what I love about this game. I don't give a fuck about the X's and O's. I care about the relationships and the culture. Here I am at 6:41 p.m. on a Tuesday night and we're chopping it up about hoops.
yeah,
Um, I don't give a fuck about a flex screen. I don't give a shit about a UCLA screen.
yeah,
Um, because without culture and relationships, none of that shit matters. I don't give a fuck if you are goddamn Coach K. If you don't have relationships with your players, right? And you don't
for
have a
sure,
great culture, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
for
fuck.
sure.
I don't care about, a flex UCLA, backdoor. I don't care about that. And I realized that when I was with Tucker, it was like being married and you realize you don't love your wife. So it's weird.
he'll
Like,
probably he'll we play them this
oh, I
year.
know you do.
He's
Oh,
probably
I
gonna
know.
they'll probably kick our ass. Those
Uh,
guys, those they isn't it like they float? Isn't it like the way they move like on the court?
So
It's like
there's
they
two.
glide.
Now you do know there's two MSLs now, right? Like it's
Yeah.
broken down by talent.
Okay.
So on one side you have BG, Hoffman, Schomburg, Conant, Wheeling, Elk Grove.
Okay.
And then on the other side you have the big dogs: Friend, Barrington, Palatine, Prospect, Meadows, Hersey.
Some good teams.
Man, I would not want to be on that side of the MSL.
Hershey's got a lot of good young players.
Yeah, they do, and they're good every year. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter who the coach is. You know, the culture of the community wants to kick your ass,
Yeah.
right? Uh,
Yeah.
but the same goes for you guys, dude. I don't care what your record is. When I am gonna play a Ridgewood Rebel team, I would tell Tucker this because I knew he was playing you guys. Y'all are gonna play really fucking hard man defense.
We
I
we
mean,
try to.
yeah, man, you guys are gonna compete. You're gonna try
Yeah.
to bully, and you're gonna guard. So you're not gonna get plays off by a Chris Mroz team. So
No.
you know,
We
you guys
that and
are
that
actually
was like instilled like through the coaches I had, like
well.
you want to do what was done for you. You want to give them the best opportunity to win. I see so many, like I think this year, like man, a lot of teams play zone, don't you think? A lot of
So
teams. Will that change with the shot clock?
so here's my thought on zone. Okay, I'm okay with zone if you in AAU if you have five kids that showed up that game. I'm good with it, right? Um, I am not good with zone at the varsity level because Motherfucker, you're 16, 17, 18 years old. Grow some goddamn balls, get some goddamn heart, and play man defense with a purpose, right? Oh, they're screening. Well, fucking yell at your teammates and get them to call out the goddamn screen, right? Oh, we're hedging. Well, I expect you to hedge that shit extremely fucking hard, and we'll be fine,
For
right?
sure.
Like, and if we listen, if we lose because they shot the shit out of it from behind the 3-point line,
Tip your cap to them.
bro,
Yep.
I'm good with it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But god damn it, I better not lose in the goddamn paint.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I better not, because that's
Yeah.
position and toughness.
For sure.
I
For
mean,
sure. I think it's my favorite day of the year is November 10th. You know,
Thursday,
I don't necessarily like during fall league and summer, we've always been like this. I do not really coach like in the like I organize like okay, we need to be here, 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 but I do not coach like a lot of times in the summer. And I think it's like they need to be able to like grow and be able to play with other players. And they're gonna hear me from November 10th to March, like constantly in their ear, like just little things, and it's like eventually if you do it too much, they tune you out. It's just human nature, I think.
I went to the fall league at Hope Academy this fall.
It's probably pretty good, right? No?
So I went to the fall league at Hope Academy this fall. And all the coaches are coaching, right?
uh,
And whatever. However, that is why basketball sucks. Because when I watch a varsity coach coaching fall or summer, the only thing I think of is a control freak or a micromanager. Even if you have your assistants doing it, I don't think they should. Listen, in the summer you have how many days you get, right? Prepare your kids and let them go out. How much more powerful is it they win a game together without, a bullshit adult standing there?
uh, I agree. I agree with that. Your win lo- your win loss record in the summer. Who cares? I mean, what? It's like, huh?
Bro, I
It's
had to walk away from a Chicago Public League
yeah,
because of they were so like adamant on wins in the summer. And I remember saying to one of them, and they looked at me like I was nuts. I said, I remember I had my phone. I go, I'm pretty confident there's no fucking state championships won in the fall or the summer, right? Oh, well, winning that, bro, winning doesn't matter. And all that shit is just development and building
yeah,
chemistry and just staying a little bit sharp by getting game reps.
yeah. Definitely,
But that's
definitely.
I look at it as you're a control freak and a manager. I watched Chris, I watched something that you're gonna think is awful. I watched multiple CPS teams have their assistant coaching, varsity coach in the stands, screaming and yelling and coaching from the stands. It's fucking June. It's June, bro.
Yeah,
It's June.
yeah,
And I'll never forget. I saw a kid do this. Looked at the varsity coach, looked at their parents, looked at the assistant on the bench, and then looked at the coach who was coaching. And I was like, who the fuck's he gonna listen to?
yeah. It's like listen, three different. It's funny you say that. Like I know you ran the feeder for the longest time, right?
Yep.
And the first thing I say, parents, drop your kid off. You are not allowed to come to practice. And you know why? It's because we do not want them looking over their shoulder. That's their coach. You have to trust the coach, right? You looking if you're in there, your kid's going to be looking over at you, and if you're telling them one thing and the coach is telling them other thing, even if the coach is wrong, you're just creating a dynamic like it's not good for the kid, you know.
My son's tackle football program, um, I can't stand the coach. He's a dad who never played football. Um, so there's that dynamic. Like I always tell these dads and coaches, being a coach, there's an art to it. Just because you fucking watch TV does not mean you understand how to coach humans.
For
And
sure.
we've had an awful experience, right? Um, and it was my first experience signing Jonah up for something with a coach.
Okay.
And this is what I'll tell parents. I stayed at practice in the beginning to make sure he was teaching him how to tackle correctly. Um, because I don't need my kid to have a broken neck.
Definitely.
Um, I stayed at practice when I realized there was a lot of chaos because they're 7 and 8. And I was curious since this guy's such a smart ass. I'm like, okay, dude, let's see you work with 7 and 8 year olds. And you can picture it. The dude's minute he turned his back, right? They're fucking around. Jonah was notorious for face masking someone and throwing their ass on the ground. Um, but what I would tell parents, you need to research and ask the right questions before you register. If you have researched and asked the right questions, here, I researched Ridgewood Junior Rebels. I hit up Chris Mroz, who runs it, and I have a list of questions. If I'm happy with it, then I register my son
For
and I
sure.
give you the keys and I drop him off and I pick him up and we go eat dinner and go home. Um, Parents don't do that. Parents follow like where like a friend plays.
Yeah.
Which Jonah has no friends on any of the teams. Um, it's just, I don't know, man. The culture's different. People are so worried about what others think when others don't even give a shit about you.
For sure.
So I think it's killed sports. Not in your community. I think in your community you have, it's more blue collar, more kind of,
Yeah, a lot of we got a lot of good people. This
yeah.
year I think we had 70 come out. 70 kids. And we're only 900 kid or 900 enrollment. We had 70 kids come out.
I mean,
We have 5 teams this year. Third, fourth, like a combined fifth and sixth, and then seventh and eighth.
bro, because of the community, man.
Yeah.
And I
We
love
have a
that.
lot of hardworking people, like a lot of hardworking people, and they just good people, just hardworking.
You know what else I love about you? And I don't want to gush too much. I love that you charge me to get into your events. You fucking ass.
I
I'm just
don't,
joking. I'm joking. I'm
I
joking.
don't,
I'm
I
joking.
thought I put you on the list.
I'm joking.
I stay away from the door.
Totally joking. What I love is that when I do come to your stuff, it's always the same guys. Like you have your crew. You know what I mean? You have your village,
Yeah,
right? And it kind of reminds me of like Cheers, right? Like you
yeah,
just everyone knows everybody, right?
yeah,
Like I'll walk in and be like, hey, Coach London, right? Um, and I love that. I love that.
yeah,
Some people take it for granted, but to be able to build a positive and successful village like you have,
yeah,
I mean, that's big time shit, man.
yeah. That's probably the biggest thing. I'm proud of like the kids that we've had, right, and how they've went on to become like great people, right. I've been doing it a long time, but like also on the coaches side, I don't think we had Coach Rose, Coach Finelli, Coach Saviano. They were with me for 11 years or something. And the only reason why one left because they ended up being a fireman. Another one had a kid, and then Vince ended up being baseball, football, it was impossible to do three. And man, we had so much fun. Our principal was our Dr. Lasky was on the staff for 4 years. So really, like Ridgewood, like when you talk about, like some places like administrators don't really get the athletic side or club side, right? At Ridgewood, we got people that love athletics. They support athletics, which is a good thing. And I think it helps. You get some administrators at some place, they don't they don't care. They don't even care if like students or children get involved in anything. That's a recipe for disaster, to be honest. I think, but that's a whole nother combo. What year is this for you teaching?
I don't know. I just came back.
You just came back,
Just came back in November. I don't know, 2006.
but you did what, like 15 or 16, 17 in a row, and then you took a year off, right?
I took from 2016 to, yeah, just now.
Oh, okay.
I had like not 8 years off, raised my kids, Jonah's in second, and I
You
moved,
feel re-energized?
yeah, I mean, I got a sweet deal. I used a little nepotism, but I needed something to do during the day, bro. And I'd be honest with you, the coaching, I don't know, the AAU stuff, I was putting all my energy into other people's kids.
Yeah,
And, I have my own and
it's time to enjoy his
yeah,
time.
man.
Yeah,
And I have parents. Some of these North Shore parents are nuts. And listen, you can, yes, I said it. It's on record. And the best part is they're so crazy, but the fathers have no grit. And the fathers are so worried about making a dime that their sons have no social skills. Um, they have no coping skills and zero communication skills. But the fathers are, worried about a paycheck. And like, you have all these issues in the black community. It's the same thing in the white community, bro. Uh,
it's tough.
yeah, man, it's tough. I have kids who give me a fist bump with their thumb inside their fist. Bro, like you're 15 years old, right?
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot. Like any neighborhood, there's kids that are, uh, I at Ridgewood I do the credit recovery.
yep.
Some of the tough, like kids that have tough backgrounds. You'd be surprised. I figure like every suburb or like CPS, like everybody has something. It's not always like the greatest thing, and you feel for some of those kids, and I've been blessed to like have, you know, hopefully make a few differences in a few kids' lives. Hopefully, we have this year I have 18 in my room.
But you do. Trust me, man. I'm gonna I'm gonna do something. Give me three adjectives to describe your favorite coach.
Them
I want your favorite coach that Chris Mroz has ever had. Give me three
three
adjectives to
adjectives.
describe him. Yep.
Uh, Energetic, right? Uh, Committed, right? And belief in you, the program, all that stuff. That's probably not an adjective, but like those three things.
Do you notice what you never said? You never talked about winning.
Nah,
That's
the
how you
winning
know
will
you're
the
making.
winning will come like when you do things the right way.
Yeah, but people don't remember wins, man. They remember how
No,
you made them feel.
yeah,
And those,
exactly.
and those 18 kids,
Yeah,
trust me, man, they remember because they're there, right? Because of poor decisions or stuff that has happened in their home. And to see a guy like you show interest, right? Like, trust me, man, you're a game changer. You're like a little blessing. You don't even know about it. Just south of Hooters.
What other place did you like in Norwich?
Mm, that Red Lobster is decent. It's decent.
I'm hearing that they're gonna be putting up like a downtown Norwich, I think.
Good, man. Good. I mean, the
That's
community deserves it.
yeah, yeah. I like they got a Chick-fil-A over there now.
Yeah, but that's
I
it.
used to like the Texas Roadhouse.
I love Texas Roadhouse.
I do too. So I live in the Plains, and now there's one in Arlington Heights, not too far from my house. I like that
You care
Texas
about
Road.
the one on Rand?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You go
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we used to live in Mount Prospect.
Okay.
And yeah, man, we during COVID, I used to order the family meal. It was like $40 and you would get a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And those biscuits are
Yeah.
outrageous.
Yep.
All right, so to finish up, we've been talking for an hour. So to finish up, I need you to leave us with something. In 90 years, when you move on and you're with the basketball gods doing in-out crossovers, how do you want people to remember you?
Uh, I want people to remember me as being just a great all around person, and hopefully I made a difference on, some people's lives and like get them to where they want to go. And then they carry it on to other people, you know.
You gotta give me
Uh,
more than that.
nah, fun, you know, motivation, right? Uh, like help them develop structure, I think. And it's not just like when I said belief, like you believe in like his sitting down. I remember Coach Highcamp sitting down with me, being like, "Hey, what's going on with you? What's wrong with you?" He would like take me to a restaurant, like, I played bad or whatever, and he was like, "Hey, was there something going on?" But like having that care to like sit down with the player and like, we still have a relationship to this day. I hope that, the players and students that I can say that, like going, when I'm 6 feet under, they can be like, "Oh, yeah, I was a good man. He helped me out a lot." That I think that would be the biggest compliment, I think, you know.
This is how I would say you would be remembered. Okay. As the guy that makes sure I get charged for every fucking PETA tournament. I'm just
Right.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, this is how I would say you would be remembered. A dude that loved to smile because he loved what he was doing every day.
Sounds great.
Right? I
Love it.
think that I think that sums it up. You smile because you're happy and you love what you do because you do such a great job at it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to you coming out.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. My son can't.
Let me know. And that's a great idea with your son. I know he's got we got to get him on some gear this year. We got some new gear for him.
Bro, he was rocking it at the
I
Tackle
said,
football game.
that's great.
He loves that stuff.
People were like, probably like, where'd you get that shirt from?
Ridgewood. Where's
Yeah.
Ridgewood? Is that in Peoria? No, not Peoria, Ridgewoods.
Or New
Um,
Jersey. New Jersey. We get that one a lot. There's a
yes,
Ridgewood in New Jersey.
that's
I
right.
think that actually there was some player, I think it was like a top five player in the country or something. He was playing it there or something. We get these
Um,
emails. Hey, do you want to play? No, I think you got the wrong school. But
I love your community. I love that you're there. You're such a perfect fit. Hopefully you don't end up at St. Pat's. Ooh. I'm
Coach
just playing.
Bailey,
Coach Bailey. He's never leaving, so it's
he's
okay.
the best.
Like Will Ray. Will Ray is never leaving Northridge.
No,
No. And he's so energetic. Both of them.
yeah,
Them
we got a
have
lot of
another.
energy.
Yeah, man. Like by the time I'm their age, I'll be assassinated. Um, for something I probably said on my pod. But God, you've worked with some legends, bro, and um, I
A lot
hope
of good stuff.
I hope you share some of this with your players
I will.
because man, the names you dropped.
I appreciate it's like and hopefully there's more stories to come.
Can't wait.
You know, should be exciting this year. Your picks to win it, real quick.
Your conference?
No, 4A and 3A. We'll just
Mm,
stick with those two. Who wins
okay.
4A? Who wins 3A?
DePaul Prep
4A, right?
doesn't matter. Yep, 4A, and then 3A. 3A, you have like Simeon, um, St. Pat's moved up to 4A.
Yeah, yeah,
Bennett's 4A.
yep.
Warren's 4A. I mean,
4A is loaded.
loaded. But I mean, you're not beating Kleinschmidt. Give me a few 3A teams.
Hillcrest, maybe?
No.
Nah.
No, hey,
Uh,
maybe I'm not picking them.
Metamora. I'm
Mm,
pretty sure they're pretty
they
good.
are 3A and they are really good.
Yeah,
I know I'm like, there's someone that I just can't think of.
they're
Who,
pretty good though.
yeah, but I'm gonna stick with DePaul Prep. Yeah, yeah. No one's beating Tommy. No one. I mean,
They're tough.
they're tough, dude. He's tough. They're tough. That Rashawn Porter kid's tough.
Somehow we have them on the schedule. Last game of the season.
You're
So
nuts.
that should be interesting.
Where's it? Home or away?
Away. Yeah, it's December, or I'm sorry, like February 20th. No, we have a fun group though. It should be fun, and we only have two seniors, but the
Okay.
seniors are good kids, and it should be these guys play hard, real hard. So we're looking forward to having a great year.
So what's your prediction on your year?
Our
30,
year?
what do you have? 31 games?
No, we never do that. I think that's too many.
I don't disagree.
It's too many. Uh, like you said, like you just want to put yourself in position.
Give
Like,
me a prediction.
uh, uh, hopefully we get to the sectional. You know, that's a goal of ours. Be competitive, maybe win a conference and
You
get to the
guys are
sectional.
3A.
3A,
Yeah.
yeah, 3A. You know, that'd be a good goal. You know, I think like last year we had 9 seniors, and then they won as sophomores and juniors. They won a regional, they won a conference, and then senior year they kind of got a little distracted, and it was tough.
Dude, your conference is all over the place.
Yeah,
Like you guys play like,
Lombard East got
yeah,
good team. RB, Fenton.
it's
Mm,
like the Metro something, right?
yeah, Metro Suburban. Or I'm sorry, now it's the Upstate Eight. Upstate
But
Eight.
you guys, I feel like you play someone up 90 out west.
We do. We play West Aurora and East
There
Aurora.
you go. There you go.
Yeah. So
I
they
just
dictate
remember
they dictate the crossovers.
I just remember looking and like, damn, Mroz has to travel.
Yeah. Don't remind me. Don't
Um,
remind me. We
all
play
right,
for
my
Mroz.
friend.
I appreciate you having me on.
You're the man. Don't you ever freaking change or I will whoop you. And I can't wait to bring Jonah out to watch your Rebels beat the shit out.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Have a wonderful year. Tell my son what's up.
I will. I will. I'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you.